I deal with a tremendous amount of rare gemstones, whether it's bonitoite from San Benito, California, whether it's, magnotantalite from Madagascar, whether it's Brazilianite from Brazil, whether it's taphite from Sri Lanka, whether it's cobalt spinel from Sri Lanka. I have dealt with the world's rarest gems like muscovite, granditerite. I know them all. This is what I do. I also hunt for the rare, unique varieties like bixbite and other United States gemstones like tourmalines coming out of California, etc. This particular gemstone actually comes out of the US. It is extremely, extremely rare. Now, I got this rough piece in Utah, basically where the bixbite comes from. This particular stone is right on the cusp of a morganite bixbite. I call it morbix because, to be honest with you, it comes out of Utah. It has the color of a bixbite, but it's actually a morganite. It is one of the most saturated morganites in the world. I will tell you now, I have never in my life seen morganite coming out of any of the producing nations, including Madagascar, which is the highest and the most vivid colors ever seen before in morganite. This is a freak of its own. So it is a Beryl, but I tend to say, wow, this is something nobody has. This is the only one in the world like it. I've had it for a long time. It comes out of Utah. It's been certified as morganite. It's right on the border or right on the thing. It's sort of like ruby and sapphire. Where do you draw the line between sapphire and ruby? But this has been certified by several labs, by GIA, as well as, the American Gemstone Lab. Christopher P. Smith also gave it a morganite cert, but it is vivid red color coming out of the US as well. So for the collector who wants something that I can tell you is the only one I've ever seen, even piezotites that came out of Madagascar back in the day, which is a different type of Beryl, they confused that as bixbite back in the day, but that particular material, instead of being a hexagonal type crystal, it was a trigonal structure, which is a different crystal structure. This is hexagonal. This is a hexagonal structure identical to the material that comes out of the Wawa Mountains. Rare stone, extremely collectible. I call it my morbix, right? Because it's right in the, it's not a morganite, it's not a bixbite, it is a morbix, right? It's got the bixbite color, but it's a morganite. Extremely, extremely rare. One of the most collectible stones I've ever owned in my life. The stone weighs in at 22.09 carats. If you are the collector who gets this, please understand you're the only one who will ever have this. There is no other replacement for it. There is no other stone like it. It is the only one in the world. It is the only one you will ever see in the world. There's never been another one discovered like it. It has 1.55 carats of D flawless diamonds. It is aeronautically engineered, a beautiful cat Florence piece, but that morganite in the center is red. And I can tell you that does not exist in the morganite spectrum of colors. So it is a freak of nature, extremely rare. I don't even know what to call it in most cases. So I'm just going to call it natural Beryl because it has no treatment. It's never been treated, right? So you can define it for what it is. But if you want to call it morganite, if you want to call it morbix, you can call it what you like. It comes with 2 certificates, one from Christopher P. Smith, he gave it morganite, and one from the GIA, which gave it natural Beryl. Either way, it's your choice. It is rare, it is exclusive, and if for whoever gets this as a Don's Club member, please understand you are getting this based off of the cost that I got it back in the day, and I tell you now, if you were to multiply the price you're going to pay by tenfold, you can never and will ever be able to replace this stone. There is just nothing in the world like it. This belongs in a museum.